Dana.
All right, thanks so much, Kelsey. Hey, it's time to talk entertainment with John Katsilometes from the Review Journal. Welcome.
Hi.
You were a big deal over the weekend because you were in a special on our station on 2020, which actually aired on Saturday. It's normally on Fridays, but we had the Golden Knights game.
As I learned, when you have the streaming services, it was on Hulu before then, and
Yeah.
people definitely were seeing it Friday night because I knew that when I was on because
Right.
Everybody started contacting me
Yes.
saying, "Hey, you're on TV."
Yeah, and then
and
the
I
East
told
Coast.
them I was aware I was on TV.
Okay, you were because they came
to
and
my
interviewed
home.
you. Let's talk about this. Siegried and Roy, they kicked off the season
Yes.
for 2020, and they had been working on this for a while. I know they came out to Las Vegas and
Right.
they interviewed them, and they don't do a lot of interviews, so it was a big deal.
It started as a Good Morning America segment, this whole thing, and
Yeah.
then they got a 45-minute interview with them, and it was so good that they started to build on that core interview around it. This was just a couple of weeks ago that they talked to me, so it was a race against the clock. But what a great 2-hour account of their careers and their lives all the way up to right now. A terrific account of the night that Roy was dragged off stage by Manticore. Great comment from them about the handling of the Tigers before and since, the secret garden, their own relationship.
Right.
Roy's recovery, and how this affected Siegfried. I was struck by how Siegfried, we haven't talked a lot about him, but his life went upside down that night too. He became a caregiver right away.
Right.
His career had halted as a live performer immediately also, and he's had to adjust his life and live with that too. And I'm continually impressed by the support that those guys have for each other. There's a genuine love there.
I mean, it's a commitment, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
And so I was just talking to Lynette Chappelle, the evil queen in the show, and she was on the 2020 special, and she's a confidant and a caregiver for the guys too. And she has said, that night it felt like the clock stopped in life, and then this helps move it forward. So there's going to be a biopic coming out probably next year about them, and the Secret Garden's still a thing, and they're still around town. They still make personal appearances and still make themselves relevant that way.
And the one piece, I found it interesting that they kind of replayed everything in the 2020. The one that was on Good Morning America about a month before that, Siegfried really got choked up. I mean, you can tell this is.
It was difficult to watch.
Yeah.
It went all the way back to that night where Roy was, he flatlined. The doctors say he had died at least once, and probably a number of times during his post accident treatment. And it was interesting to go back and look and to know how powerful those guys were. They were such a big deal. The scale of that show, the box office appeal, the artistic success. It took 7 747s to carry that show on tour.
Wow. That's
they
incredible.
don't make shows like that in Las Vegas anymore.
No. All right, let's talk about the Walk of Stars. We showed this a little bit earlier. Ed Bernstein got a star last night. We were there to shoot it because we're up early in the morning show. There it is. Ed Bernstein got a star. Then apparently they moved Wayne Newton's star next to Elvis.
They had these were all picked up, a lot of them, including Wayne's. There were, I think, 49 were picked up and removed when they put the bollards up. You see those on the right as a protective measure on the strip. So that upset the order of the stars. So it doesn't look like a huge ceremony. I guess that's why I didn't know about it. I was at Aerosmith when all this was going on.
They just installed it. But Donny and Marie are doing a big ceremony tomorrow. They're getting one, right?
Yes, they're the next up, and David Cassidy next April. And that will be a big thing because David Cassidy's fans are still crazy. But Donny and Marie, I'd always thought Donny and Marie were already on there. So so deserved, and it'll forever another way to memorialize them. And I spent a day with Marie last week. Doing the stage show here in Las Vegas and going to her talk show, The Talk, and then coming back to Las Vegas that we're going to put together as a story. And I learned so much about them. I have a deep appreciation for these two and how hard they work and how much they care about what they do. And it's going to be a solo thing after November. It's 2 solo careers, but that's going to be in the column too.
Okay, so we've got till November to get to the Flamingo.
Yes.
Real quick, want to talk about your trip to Aerosmith last night. We've got about a minute. I saw that there was a tribute. This was great that Steven Tyler did a Vegas Strong tribute.
Check out that shirt. Yeah, that's a Vegas Strong. He came out, and at the end of the show, he says he takes off his shirt, as he normally does at the end of the show, because Steven sweats, because he's working, and he takes off his shirt and he goes, "Where's my T-shirt?" And somebody ran out with his shirt, and he put it on. And people went nuts because he could see it on the big screens. And he said, for all the people in Las Vegas and for all the people around the world, we're going to show that we're Vegas Strong 2 years on. And he goes, we're gonna. And they started to play Come Together by the Beatles. Whew. It was a thing. It was really fun, and it was powerful, and he was great, and it was very fitting.
Oh, really fitting. It's just, it's so great to see everyone kind of do their own thing, and really, especially when they're performing here. That's what you should do. And obviously, it's such a big deal and hurt so many people. And
he was moving, but it was also a rock and roll moment too.
Yeah.
It was in their voice, and the place went nuts. All the lights came on the cameras, and it looked like a big jewel in there.
Yeah.
So it was really great. It was perfect.
Yeah, well, we thank them for definitely paying tribute. And Kats, you can read more in your column and your podcast. You can go to the Review Journal. There it is. It's always online and in the newspaper. You got all sorts of things in there this week.
Podcasts is David Lee Roth this week.
Ooh.
There's a wild ride, folks.
Jump.
Jump and his series at House of Blues coming up in January.